flat Earth with the dome, the firmament. As we start to look around us, we start to wake up, our eyes open, maybe that third eye opens, we start to understand, wow, this isn't what I thought it was. Maybe instead of being a worthless blob of goo that came from nothing and then developing into apes that were oohing and ahhing and then eating bananas like a bunch of idiots, maybe instead of that, we actually are the center of the universe. Maybe we are special. In fact, maybe there is unbelievable evidence of creation, but the government has decided to hide that from you. Why? Why is there so much misinformation? Why is there a giant disinformation campaign going on right now when it comes to things like flat Earth? Are my eyes lying to me? Or can I trust what I'm actually seeing? But Christopher, the Earth is a globe. I was told that when I was 1 year old. They said, look, this is a globe. Isn't it interesting? It's one of the first things that you're actually taught. The Earth isn't flat, it's a globe. Even though for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, they thought that the Earth was flat. Oh, but Christopher, we have all these images of outer space that show that the Earth is a sphere. Really? Where do the images come from? NASA. Oh, you mean the same NASA that is our government, our secretive breakaway government that hasn't been back to the moon since the 1960s. That NASA? Have you ever seen it with your own eyes? How come none of the electronics account for curvature of the Earth when you're flying a plane? None of the engineering of bridges and train tracks, buildings, all kinds of infrastructure that goes for miles and hundreds and maybe thousands of miles, none of it accounts for, in its actual engineering blueprints, for the curvature of the Earth. I mean, if I was building a giant bridge of hundreds of miles, wouldn't I have to account?
Hours. Blessed be our new founding fathers.
There's many ways to get toenail fungus, but the overaccumulation of glyconeogenesis is one of them. Here's how.
You said toenail fungus, that's coming from your gut?
Yeah, it's coming from your gut because what's happening is you have too many proteins inside of the stomach. Remember, the hydrochloric acid is not hot enough to break it down. So what happens is the protein starts to putrefy. When the proteins start to putrefy, the liver and the pancreas start sending these proteins, enzymes to help break it down. So guess what it break the protein down into? Sugars. So these sugars start fermenting super slow, and then when the sugars ferment super slow, you have something called candida albicans, which love fermented foods in your stomach. So when people see toenail fungus actually in the toes, it's a good sign because that means it's trying to leave. When candida and yeast build up, you create fungus and mold, and then what happens is it enters into the bloodstream and it goes throughout the extremities of the body, and you start seeing it show up as deposit in all of your fingernails, your toenails. You start getting dry patches. Them don't be dry patches, them actually be ringworms. You start getting dandruff on the top of your head. All of this is nothing but fungus and mold trying to come from the body. It's better in your toenails than in your fingernails, which is at the end of your extremities, than inside the bloodstream tainting the blood, because then you die of acidosis.
Wow.
So when you think about disease, we have been bamboozled, and we have been basically programmed to believe that our body's natural capability of healing itself is a disease. And that's why I teach all of my students and all of my clients is you have to pick a side.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
I'm gonna tell you how to get this done ASAP. You're gonna get one of them little foot buckets from Walmart or CVS, fill that deal up with hot water. Once you fill it up with hot water, you're gonna put 3 tablespoons of sea salt in that deal. Once you put 3 tablespoons of sea salt in there, you're gonna mix it all up. Then you're gonna get some organic tea tree oil. You're gonna put 4 drops of tea tree oil on both sides of the feet. You're gonna mix it up. Once you mix it up, you're gonna get some oregano oil, 2 drops of oregano oil. Mix it up. Get you a hard bristle toothbrush. Stick your feet in that deal, and you gonna brush the out of your toenails. Do it for 30 minutes a day. Each day. Man, your foot fungus will be gone in 2 weeks. I got rid of my toenail fungus in 2 weeks, y'all. My toenails was black as my shirt.
I didn't expect that. Now, how about if we go higher? I'm going to try a whistle and see what that does. Wrong side. Wow, look at that. Let's go a little bit higher yet. Now I'll also try making sounds underneath it through this short piece of plastic tube. Now we were starting to see some very interesting patterns form on the top of this plastic, but my range is not too good, and the quality is not too good either, so I think I'm going to switch from me making the sound to something that has a little better range. So we're going to put this speaker down, and then put this over top of it, and I'm either going to use a tone generator or the piano, and see what kind of patterns we can get. Notice that we get simpler patterns with the lower frequencies, and as the frequency increases, the pattern becomes more complex. Now the patterns that form on this plastic do so for the same reasons as they do on the metal colodny plates. These are the homemade plates that I showed in a previous video, and as you can see, the same type of patterns forms on these metal plates as we were seeing on this plastic membrane. These patterns form because the sound wave causes the surface to resonate. It has standing waves that collects sand in the places of very little energy, that would be our nodes, and where it's moving quite a bit, it keeps the sand from those areas, and that would be examples of antinodes. Now as we increase the frequency, those compressional waves become shorter, giving us more standing waves and a more complex pattern on the surface.
Three is Armageddon, and this is the judgment of the Most High on all of the heathen Gentile nations, and he would do it through his bride, the 144,000, whom he just married, hence the ring of fire, and it's fire because they're married in the fire of the Holy Spirit. 10:4, 10 plus 4 is the 14th, which was the eclipse of the ring of fire. And the bride is now sealed, and the 144,000 is already expressed because they are on earth and they are watching you. And that's why you see the Aleph and the Tav through all of the combining of the eclipses, because Most High is making it clear. I'm the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Yahushua Mashiach, the Messiah, is going to end the world with the entirety of these tall black aliens, which are African-American looking aliens, because the African-Americans, the so-called blacks, Negroes, are the Hebrews of the Bible, the Israelites. And these cigar-shaped ships, they are not Starlink satellites. Those are cigar-shaped ships, and they got cloaking technology, and they can appear and disappear as they will, because they are already surrounding this place. All these stories all around the world are telling that these aliens are tall, black, African-American looking beings. And people just continue to ignore it. National Geographic admitted that Adam and Eve was black. Wikipedia tells Eurasian people was black. Russian President Vladimir Putin showed you Messiah was black. The Peruvian villagers tell you that the aliens look like Predator, and Predator is fashioned after a black person with dreadlocks and very muscular. What about the mermaids that grabbed the Russians? All of this is happening because this is the fulfillment of prophecy, where the true Israelites, the so-called blacks that were scattered in the four corners of the world, are going home.
Shalom, family. This image, a clear apparition of the Star of David, was captured yesterday, the 14th of October, 2023, during the Ring of Fire eclipse. Brothers and sisters in Christ, the signs are in the heavens as prophesied.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Amen. To God, Yahuwah, be the glory. Through Jesus Christ, Yahusha HaMashiach, my Lord. Amen.
Mr. Malcolm, what do you think of Martin Luther King?
I think that any black man who teaches black people to turn the other cheek and suffer peacefully after they've been turning the cheek and suffering peacefully for 400 years in a land of bondage under the most cruel, inhuman, and wicked slave master that any people have ever been under, he is doing those people an injustice, and he's a traitor to his own people.
That's a spell circle. This piece is a spell circle. That's magic. Oh, you engage in magic and witchcraft? How the f do you know that? Oh, you industry people are... You know what that is. Yeah. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but this guy's going to hell. How the f do you know that? Well, everyone in your industry knows that. We're gonna have to expose this man. This is a Freemason right here.
We need to find a chicken.
Whoa!
Sacrifice a chicken tonight.
Do that blood sacrifice a chicken? What's that? The Brumhilda. I know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you from? Where are you from? You do it too? Yo, you guys are so... I don't roll with these guys, bro. These are dark arts, bro. Check it out. You know your shit.
Yeah, don't tell everybody.
Well, I know, but you're live. You said it live. I get so many people accusing me of CIA. They're gonna say I know him. We don't know each other. Tell them. Bro, you're funny, bro. We don't know each other. I don't know this fucking witchcraft stuff. I've never seen this stuff in my life before.
So how do you know it is?
I Googled it.
They've had an entire playbook for your asses. The same play still works today.
You're wearing $500,000 on your neck, 18 million on your wrist, and you telling me, Floyd?
Oh, yeah.
$18 million watch. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Just a watch. Okay. How You could change a lot of lives with that, industry with that. It'll flip quick at 18 million. Yes.
Yeah, we need to debunk that, because what are you putting in this little space that's worth 18 million? I need to know.
Why in the fuck are you asking me?
Brother, I need to know. We need to figure that out. Like,
oh please,
right?
Oh please research it, because it shocked me the way it shocked you. The point is, there is no reason. There is no logical reason.
Right.
But who you go to purchase it, oh, they give the customer what they want. They're gonna hike that price up. Yeah. Can't nobody else get this. You know, you need to watch an old video called How to Sell to the Negro. It's in the 1960s. They did a video instructing stores on how to sell to the Negro. They said, make him feel like he's exclusive. Make him happy about it. Make him feel like he can't afford it. Put it behind the glass. Say, no, don't even worry about looking over there. This is something that's around your budget. You mean I can't afford that? What? I'll give you that. It's in your whole check. Sell your house for a jacket.
Put on layoff.
Anything.
Yeah.
How to sell to the Negro. You watch that, you're gonna be like, they really did this. Yes, they did. They were very serious.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
The Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't...
What else? I hate to have these conversations on platforms like this, but I have to because little fuckity fuck niggas like this. Fuckity fuck niggas who every time his name come up, I give him good advice, he ignores it. So now what you think I'm gonna do? Continue to waste words and breath?
Okay, maybe we just shouldn't talk about this on the show anymore then.
Get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Okay, well,
he got some issues and he don't value his own fucking life. He done got punched on a stage. He is fighting for his life in court.
Okay.
You are beating fans up. Man, no, because I don't want to hear. I want to go to the next fucking topic.
No.
And you see a particular monster, which the octopus that represents that particular monster. That particular monster, the original monster, was nothing but talking about the higher selves. Later on, the Chinese, who had a lot of stuff on the dragon and a lot of things on monsters and different things, they changed them and took them and changed them into the Japanese, basically changed them into horror stories like gargoyles and Godzilla and all that kind of thing. The original monsters was talking about the other dimension and who your soul outside of the physical body, which does not necessarily look like a monster. We're talking about energy fields here, which is characteristic of energy. The monsters was hieroglyphic because they got a hieroglyphic for everything. So what is the hieroglyphic when we want to explain the most powerful energy on the planet? We would make a demon or a beast, 666. We'd make a demon. We'd make a hideous character as a symbol other than the actual character itself. We talk about formulas. The spirit is formulas. So when they wanted to explain higher levels of energy in the people, they would always put a hieroglyphic or a symbol of a hideous thing that looked ugly, not denoting that the actual thing was ugly, but what was they talking about? They was talking about like the skull and the crossbones. It's the most powerful. You understand what I'm saying? It's the most powerful. Awesome. So what happened was, it was easy for the Christians to come around. It was easy for the Christians to come back in the later days and take all of this particular symbology of the ancient Sumerians, of the ancient Egyptians, or the ancient I Ching people, that system that came out of Samaria, came out of Egypt to Samaria and went to China. It was easier for them to take symbology that denoted power, energy, and turn that into stuff that was what you would call satanic or wicked.
I'm here to return my Global War on Terrorism medal and my National Defense medal because they're both lies.
And I'm turning in these medals today for the people of Afghanistan, Iraq, Palestine, and all victims of occupation across the world.
And I'm giving back my medals for the children of Iraq and Afghanistan. May they be able to forgive us for what we've done to them.
This medal I'm dedicating to the children of Iraq that no longer have fathers and mothers.
I was a nuclear, biological, chemical specialist for a war that didn't have any weapons of mass destruction. So I deserted. I'm one of 40,000 people that left the United States Armed Forces because this is a lie.
Was any of this worth it? Do these medals thank us for a job well done? Do they mask lies, corruption, and abuse of young men and women?
Who is Pimp C Killer?
Can you
buddy the nigga who killed my cousin?
You got that from a reliable source.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did you hear?
So, the story I heard, it was multiple people inside the hotel room. Female, I think maybe be a male and another male probably. So
super tight exclusive.
So C went to the restroom and Buddy said, look, y'all don't say nothing. I'm gonna play a joke on Pimp. And he poured something into his drink. And when he came back from the restroom, he started drinking it and almost immediately started throwing up blood. And what made me believe that, I packed C bags after he passed.
From that same hotel
From that
room.
same hotel. I pulled back the cover of the bed and there was blood in the bed. So that's what made me believe that story to be true. So, no, and why, I think what messed it up, and I'm going to just say it like this.
Yes.
People did so much maneuvering around the autopsy to protect what was they might have thought was going to show up. So that kind of changed the outcome of what really came out.
In other words, they weren't looking for that.
They wasn't looking for that.
What you think they were looking for? Drink?
They were looking for drink.
And they found small traces of that. Not enough. They did say it wasn't enough to kill him. Now, y'all do know they said it wasn't enough to kill him.
Yeah.
And he had a prescription for that. And they tried to blame it on sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And them both is what took him out, is what the coroner's report said.
But you know, Mama died saying my baby was poisoned with cyanide. Her wish was to raise up enough money to have the body exhumed.
Yes.
To do her own independent one. But she died having that feeling.
So, only the truth motherfucker counts right now.
That's the only way you can score is with the truth. Our country is just like the rest of the world, but better. We detectives in real life. When they put out lies, we notice them motherfuckers like no time in history. Somebody tell a lie, it's gotta be a good one. Cause we be watching that shit. Like when that black woman said that she saw that baby on the side of that road there. Oh, white people, I want you to know niggas was so embarrassed at the house. We was really ashamed, the white people, honey. Clearly, she ain't got no white friends. If you got white friends, you know you wouldn't call that line. Talking about you done seen some shit that no white people on the highway saw. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. White people call this line if they see an animal, if they see a baby animal, if they thought they saw somebody see an animal. I knew this bitch was lying 30 seconds in to her motherfucking story. And I don't want to put her out there like that. But she said some shit that was disrespectful to kidnappers. This bitch said the kidnappers
smashed her out the wig.
Took her wig off.
I told you. Now you know that's a lie. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't not gonna happen.
And put that in the car. You shut the fuck up, bitch. It ain't a kidnapper in the world that would rather have a black woman without her motherfucking wig. Shit. You had to kill that bitch right there. Take it off. I'm not taking it off.
Have y'all ever seen this shit right here? Ghetto Gastro. It look kind of fire. But I don't like the name. It sounds crazy. What's Ghetto Gastro? That sound like ghetto stomach. This nigga put the dress on for attention. He did that shit for attention, did you not? Tell the truth. God honest truth. God honest truth. Tell me the God honest truth. You did that shit for attention, didn't you?
Hell no.
You did that shit because you knew, man, ain't nothing nobody can say about me because I'm real out here and I'm thorough and this shit gonna get me a lot of burns, so I'm finna do it.
No.
Okay, what you do it for?
I bought these Mason Margiela motherfuckers.
Here go the this the real truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh, okay. Yeah, man.
The motherfucker Mason Margiela, the motherfucker match. That shit was just that simple. The motherfucker match.
And he keeping that shit. He keeping it.
So below, as within, so without. That's a law of correspondence. It is not Solomon's, David's, Billy, or whoever. Of correspondence, the law of correspondence. As above, so below. Whatever is going on in your head is going on in your body. Whatever is going on inside your body is going on outside in your life. That's the way it's immediately relevant. Then it gets to be whatever's going on in the heavens is going on the earth. Whatever's going on the inside of the heavens is going on the inside of you in your spiritual, astral, invisible body. That's the law of correspondence. You keep that universal principle as you look at things moving in your will to comprehend why, how. See? Because the law of correspondence keeps working with the other part of universal law.
Y'all ready, gang?
Sure, why not? Ready.
Rock real steady.
Actually,
pro?
on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait?
No.
It would be her. Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side? Where am I? I'm gonna show you. Ow! All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your lap. No. Okay. Do we have an apple box?
You put
we can
the show.
sit right there?
I'm seeking. I went to New Orleans, and this is when it got even realer. I went to a warlock out there in New Orleans, and he was training me up because I met him. He said, he said the same things that all the other ones said, and said, I need to train you. I'm the one that's called to train you, a Puerto Rican guy. And I literally, as he's saying these things and I'm learning from him different things, Solange Knowles walks in, Beyonce's sister, into that little, it's called the Botanica, that little witchcraft store. Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, walks in with her boyfriend, and I'm like, is this a dream? And is this Solange Knowles? He's like, yeah, she comes here regularly. We do rituals for her and her family. And I'm just like, what? Like the Knowles? Like, yeah, man, this is real. And she's buying product and paying for rituals. And I'm like, this might be my call. This might be my purpose. This might be it. Because again, I'm seeking the purpose of life. That's the root to all this. What's the purpose of life? So as I'm learning all these things, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to Haiti and I'm going to Puerto Rico. They told me I had to go to a cemetery and I had to be in a cemetery for 2 weeks.